Hello everyone, welcome back to TS Talks. Firstly, I just want to say rest in peace to George Floyd, and I send my condolences out to his friends and family. Now, for me, I'm sick and tired of this stuff happening in the world. It happens way too often. A majority of time, the officer, gets time off work and then is back to work within a certain amount of time, with more or less no charges put against them. Now, regarding George Floyd, the witness footage showed that the officer had his knee on George's neck for around 9 minutes, with George repeatedly saying he can't breathe. Now, since then, I've seen that the other three officers present have been sacked, and that the Pratt, who had his knee on George Floyd's neck, has been charged with third-degree murder. But a lawyer's been stating that it should be first-degree murder, and I completely agree. As far as I'm aware, I don't think they even had a reason to even be restraining him like that. But even if you need to restrain him, there's four officers there. All you need to do is put him in cuffs, put him in the vehicle. You don't need to keep your knee on a man's neck for just under 10 minutes. That's ridiculous. And the fact that his knee was still on his neck, whilst he was unconscious, and that's evident in the footage. Now, for me, the rest of the officers present that, have been fired, they need to be charged with accessory to murder, because none of them stopped the idiot who had his knee on him. And, like I just said, they could have just, it's four officers to one. You just put a man in the cuffs and that's it. The main thing is they're meant to, preserve life. He's not threatening them. He's not carrying a weapon or anything. So there's no need for that officer to do what he did. Now, the reality is these officers didn't even care that they know they were being recorded. And, it just didn't seem to matter to them. The thing that winds me up more about stuff like this is because I know it's happening daily. And, a lot of it's not on record. So, if stuff like this is going on and it's on record, God forbid the sort of stuff that's going on, that's not being recorded. Now, since George's murder, there's been rioting and looting in America. And you know what? Good. Because it's been going on for long enough. Now, the president of America, Donald the Pratt Trump, had the audacity to tweet that when the looting starts, the shooting starts. And to be honest, that sums the country up, because I already knew that guy was a particular clown. Now, there was a black lady, an activist, who did like a long speech, about 10 minutes. And I have to say it was very powerful, very moving. And, I just hope that speech is something that's remembered for years, because when she was talking about saying she doesn't care about Target being burnt down, because corporations like that need to be on the front line with them, demanding justice, because it's okay when it's our people putting money into their corporation's pocket, but when stuff like this going on, they need to be on the front line with us. I fully agree with that. Now, adding to this, a private autopsy was done, and it was found that the cop's knee on George's neck had caused asphyxia. Apologies if I got that wrong, but it's interesting because the private medical person that the family got had stated that his death was caused on this, and not that he had any underlying health conditions, but the one that the coroner for that does it normally or so stated that maybe he had some underlying health conditions, and obviously we all know that wasn't the case. And all the damages were caused based on this prick. Now, adding on to this and just racism in general, now I've seen a couple of people talk about it, and I remember actually seeing the tweet, I think it was back on Sunday, when it was like, racism, racism's tough when you've got to kind of search what racism is like before you go to visit a country. And that one kind of hit home for me, because I remember when I was going on holidays to places like Tenerife and Turkey, like I was searching this stuff prior and asking people I know. Thankfully, I've got some good friends that are Turkish. I'll be like, oh, what's it like over there, like sort of thing, because the last thing I need to do is try go on holiday for a break and then I'm caught up in some, racist stuff, and who knows, probably end up losing it whilst abroad, end up on Banged Up Abroad or one of them idiot programs there. But yeah, adding to this, I've seen some ridiculous people saying that how racism doesn't happen here in the UK. And, I'm not speaking for every black person in the UK, but for myself, I can say it evidently does. I've had my fair share of it growing up in inner city London. And, we've had many cases of black police brutality here, notably Mark Duggan, which set the riots off, back in 2011. And, this was particularly close to home for me, as where he was shot is literally, where I live, the area I live in. And even like just last year, like I went on a seaside break with the family, the missus, my daughter. And I remember we was going to get breakfast in the morning. And it was like, oh, let's go to the local Weatherspoon for breakfast and whatnot. And literally the place went silent when I walked in. And as I'm walking up the ramp into the place, I can see that all these people are talking. And when I walked in, it was like, oh, like it literally just went silent. And I was like, oh, I kind of see what this is. But, I'm a person, I'm not afraid of anyone. You know what I mean? Someone's going to say something, say it, innit? But I'd rather you come say it to me, because if you come to try to disrespect me, I'm not going to have it. But if you try to disrespect me in front of my children, it's going to be a long day. And now I've also seen some people saying about, oh, you lot are going on about Black Lives Matter and all lives matter and this, that and the other. And you know what? Say what you want to say, but the reality of it is, it's again and again, it's these black lives that, they're not being respected, they're not being judged or what's not even judged. Like, it's these black lives that are like, they're not being preserved or taken care of. It's like these officers know, okay, I'll kill a black person, all right, I'll get 3 months off. And you know what? I have to say, with this riot and stuff in America, like, it should have been kicked off a lot earlier, because there's been a lot of stuff happening over there for years. And that's the worst thing about it, is everyone knows that. Like, people generally know that. Like, there's people that have to teach their kids what to do if they're stopped by the police to ensure that their child comes home. That's ridiculous. I saw a dad teaching his kid the other day, oh, yeah, if they put you in a restraint like this is what you need to do. You need to inhale here and stuff to ensure that if someone puts their knee on your neck and stuff, this is what you do to ensure that you stay alive. And I'm thinking, that's disgusting. No one should have to teach their child that. I would never want to have to teach my child that. We're in 2020 and, this shit's going on. It's been going on for too long now, and I'm fed up and tired of it. It's absolutely disgusting. And the reality of it is a lot of these corporations that, they've put out messages saying about this. It's good you've put out a message, but what does your message mean? Because I've seen many people say, and I fully agree, how many people of colour are in top positions within your corporations, and also black people of colour in those corporations that are, talented at their job. They're not just in there to appease your numbers, to say, oh, yeah, actually, we've got someone in a senior position. Oh, just, let's just put one in. No, that how many people of colour are in those positions? Because I know in a lot of corporations, the majority of people in them, majority of it isn't us people of colour. And I just think it's bang out of order. It's sickening. And yeah, to be honest with you, I could speak on this topic for hours going on. But you know what I might look to do? I might look to do this one, get some other people on, and we just have a discussion about it, because it's definitely a top topic for me that I wanna speak on in more depth. But in this one, I just wanted to more so speak about, George Floyd. Once again, condolences to his friends and family. And also, it was regarding the stuff that's, been going on since the rioting, the Black Lives Matter marches and campaigns. And yeah, to me, it's all sickening. I'm fed up with it all. And, hopefully, some justice can be done. And we move on. I think the main thing is, this marching and pressure we're keeping up. It can't just be done, let's say, next week. It needs to be a continuous thing. I'm not saying you need to go out there and march every week, but everyone needs to keep the same energy going forward for a period of time. I can't just be, oh, this week is the Black Lives Matter thing, and then next week, you know, you got black youths in the city of London trying to shoot and stab each other again. Come on now, like, we need to proper keep the pressure up and stay united, because as a people, when we're united, no one can touch us. That's 100% facts. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and everything in the comment section below. And if you haven't already done so, go hit that subscribe button now, and I'll catch you next time.